I got a brand new show for y'all tonight. Just be ready. I'm building something.
What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good in the hood? Yeah. I wasn't supposed to hear that. What's good? What's happening? All right. Um, I don't know if I hope everybody. Well, let me start off by saying I hope everybody good. Everything is well. All is well. All is well. Excuse me. Excuse me. Hope all is well. And everybody doing good. Is respectfully, I want to say that I hope that everybody is well. That's my hope. I hope. And I like to talk tonight. I want to just go in and talk about numbers. We deal with a lot of numbers. People deal with a lot of numbers, rather. Whether we on the job, no matter where we are, we dealing with a lot of numbers. We deal with trying to stabilize numbers. I'm sharing the broadcast right now, y'all, so bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me, if you will. Bear with me. Hold on. All right, let's get it cracking. So a lot of times we deal with numbers, and the number game affects us in a way that we don't realize that it's affecting us. And I was talking to one of my friends. We was talking about music and sales and things that um, let me see, things that made us function. So it was boils down to the numbers game. Excuse me. It boils down to the number game, and sometimes the number game is in order for you to consider or the industry that you in consider you um, effective and you are doing your job and you're being productive. Everything boils down to numbers. Everything boils down to numbers. Little do you know that. Little do people know that. Everything boils down to numbers. You know, when you're trying to be productive and efficient, everything boils down to numbers. If you in sales and if you in sales, everything is revolves around numbers. I don't care what field you in, everything revolves around numbers. If your numbers low, uh, they consider that as being non-productive. They consider that as being non-productive if your numbers low. But if your numbers are high, they say what he doing or what she doing is effective. It works. It's working because the numbers are high. So we always gotta focus when we doing something. How are we doing on numbers? What are our numbers like? What do our numbers look like when we are doing something when it comes to business? What the numbers look like? How good are the numbers? Because okay, just say hypothetically, say I'm in the fish business. I'm in the sales, and when I look at my sales, I want to make sure that my numbers are good. If my numbers up, then I'm saying we doing good. When your numbers are low, you're saying this ain't working right. This ain't working right. Something is not right. So everything revolves around numbers. You know, if you're a police officer, the stuff revolves around are we effective in making sure the streets are safe, getting the criminals off the street. Your numbers ain't good. If the numbers not good, crime is high. If the numbers good, crime is low. That's the way it's supposed to work. But if the numbers good, then you can tell in the community that the numbers are good. So we got to make sure that no matter what we do and what kind of field we in, it has to be it has to deal with numbers. So I don't know if that makes sense to some people, but it deals with numbers. You know. Uh, um. So anyway, I was talking to one of my friends about music, and what I tried to get across to him was that we talked about what's his name, Nelly. So we talked about Nelly, right? And I was like, look, Nelly did good because his numbers were good. Excuse me. If his numbers were not good, the record company would not have pushed him. The record company wouldn't have made sure that they put money off into him because his numbers were good. They made sure that, okay, let me say this. When he first dropped his the first national record, the country grammar rather. When you look at the video, there's a lot of people in the video from all different neighborhoods. And so by him being from a certain neighborhood from U City area and everybody was in this video when he dropped when they went nationally and dropped, everybody in the St. Louis area, most people in the St. Louis area went out and bought his product. So now you have a record company saying, this dude numbers are good. The numbers are up. Let's put some marketing dollars into him because his numbers are good. If his numbers were not good, they wouldn't have put no money into him. So if you into sales and your numbers are good, that means you are productive. That's what that boils down to. Let me see. Is this thing straight? Is it straight? All right. So Gigi, she sells clothes. She's an entrepreneur. So you got an entrepreneur that sells clothes. When the numbers are good and the sales are high, she know that she's productive. If the sales are low, that means you might have to tweak something. You might have to just make a few adjustments and say, okay, now this is what I needed to do to get my sales high. Sell something. Make sure your sales are high if you can. If that's possible. Make sure that your sales are high. You might have to do a little bit more marketing to make sure your sales are high, but make sure your sales are high. Become productive. Let me see if I can put. Uh, yeah, okay. I put the if you want to come in and video chat with me, I put that in the I think I put it in the link. Let me see. There you go. Let me see video chat. Yeah. All right. So if your numbers good, then that means that you are productive. So when you're dealing with sales, you got to focus on how am I bringing people in? If how am I uh, reaching out to the people and making sure that they get my product, or they make sure that my numbers are good. Sometimes you have to sometimes wait, hold up. Sorry about that, y'all. Sometimes you have to go out and indulge with the community to see how your product is doing in the community. Just hypothetically, say if you got a brick and mortar place, or you have somebody that's holding your product, and every now and then you want to pop in and see what the feedback is on your product. Sometimes you got to pop in and see what the feedback is on your product. At least I think that's the way it works. Then that's just by being just around sales and around people who are trying to reach other people to make sure that their product is seen. Got to get them numbers up. Got to keep them numbers up and flowing. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion. You know, when we looking at okay, just let's hypothetically, let's say you run a daycare and you start off with 4 kids. At the end of the year, say you got 20 kids. That means that you are productive. You are reaching out to people. It's almost like sales. It's like sales. You're reaching out to people and making sure your numbers are good. As long as the numbers good, you say, okay, we making money. If the numbers are low, and it's kind of rough right now. Keep the numbers up. All right. So we selling clothes. We productive in the community. If you're a police officer, or if you somebody who's activist, you see the numbers. Oh, we got them donations coming in. When them donations coming in, it's good. No donations coming in, everybody looking at you crazy. What we gonna do? What we gonna do? We got to get out and market. We got to get out and promote the business. I talk about that all the time. Let's promote the business. Let's promote the business. Let's make sure that the business is doing good. And that's just from my perspective. I don't have the only perspective, but that's just from my perspective. We got to make sure the numbers are good. You know, that's what I think. I don't know. If you guys got feedback, if you guys got something y'all want to say, just put it in the comment. Put it in the comments. Let's keep our numbers up. Let's make sure that our product is seen by other people and our product is accepted by other people. That way, um, that way we know Damn, well, man. Hold up, I'm trying to let y'all see something right quick. Uh, where we at? Where am I at? Mm, all right, this is where we at. So other day I put something out there, and let me see. I put some out there, and I talked about marketing. Talked about marketing. Let me do a recap on marketing. Is this what it is? No, that's not it. All right, I'm gonna put it on the screen when I get it, y'all. All right, here we go. All right, where we at? All right, I got it. All right, this is what we finna do. This is what we finna do. Let's see. All right. Let me see. I gotta put that down. Yeah, bear with me. I'm just not my uh my equipment that I was streaming with in the beginning when I first started streaming. I gotta put all of that back together. All right, let me see where we at. All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, this is what we doing, y'all. We are. Let me see. We are. We have to understand your brand identity. All right. So if you want to get your sales up, you got to understand your brand identity. You got to understand your brand vision and your brand mission. Then you have to understand your target audience. Then you have to understand unique selling propositions. You got to understand all of that. You have to develop a professional lookbook. Think about that. Develop a professional lookbook. Let me see. You have to develop all of that in order to be successful when it comes to when it comes to when it comes to your brand. When it comes to your brand and when it comes to you trying to make sales and get your numbers up, you have to develop a professional lookbook. You know what I'm saying? People have to be able to see what you see. People have to be able to see what you see. You know what I'm saying? It's a high quality uh, imagery, product description, and brand story. You got to tell a story about your brand. You know, people want to know, well, how you get started. Your sales are good, but how you get started? Maybe somebody trying to follow you. You got to do your brand story. Prepare a comprehensive line sheet. You know, product details. You got to give details about your product. What does your product do? How does it work? How is it beneficial to me? Think about that. All right. Then say to create a strong pitch. You got to have a elevator pitch. You got to have one of those pitches where when you sitting and you sitting and you having a conversation with somebody. You in the elevator. You only got what 2 minutes. You know whether you hey how you doing? My name is such and such. You know I'm such and such salesman, such and such salesperson. This is what I do, and they introduce themselves. You're selling a product. You're trying to make sure you always selling something. Whether you somewhere you sitting and you having a drink, you selling something. Always gonna sell something. Remember that. I'm trying to split this screen. Okay. Forgot to do that shit. Excuse my language. Excuse my language. Uh so we have to know you have to be able to give us a strong a pitch, an elevator pitch. You know, like I say, just like I say, it's just 2 minute conversation. You just tell them about yourself, introduce yourself basically, and it's considered brand presentation. You know, and then it says research potential retail buyers, target retailers. You gotta be able to identify who the retailers are for your brand, because you're trying to get your numbers up. Maybe you work at a call center, and you have to have a pitch when you call somebody. Hey, yo, I'm such such. I work for XYZ insurance company, and I would like to, just you gonna give them the BS. I ain't gonna say it's BS, but you gonna sit and you have to make people comfortable if you want to do some numbers. When people are comfortable, they buy stuff. When people feel like they taking the journey with you, they buy stuff. Everything is a numbers game. You trying to get your numbers up? Be friendly. Be approachable. You can't um, be in business and nobody can approach you to ask you questions about your business. You can't do it. It's not gonna happen. At least I don't think it's gonna happen. You know. Then it says arrange meetings. You contact the buyers and say you wanna. I find a buyer or somebody who's interested in my product that I'm trying to sell, that I'm trying to get my numbers up on. I have to be able to contact them. Hey, look how you doing. Let's arrange a meeting. Maybe we going out just for shits and grins, just to go out and just talk a little bit. Sometimes we gotta do that. Sometimes we gotta do that. Sometimes we have to make sure that we interact with our customers, our buyers, so to speak. the people who are interested in your product that you trying to sell and you trying to get your numbers up. Sometimes you have to be able to uh, contact your buyers. And then later on, after you didn't contact them and you done had great conversations with them, you have to do some follow up. Hey, how's it doing? I was just calling to see how you was doing, and is everything going well? Um, this, that, and the other. The offer is still on the table if you want to do it, and I'll give you a special. I'll do something special for you. Sometimes you gotta do something special for some people, and then they say, "Oh, he all right. Damn, he all right." You know what I'm saying? They say, "Dang, he all right." He's in a position to do the follow up and make sure that your customer is good. Yeah, he all right. I appreciate him. That dude, he cool. You ain't gotta be cool to the point where you wanna be nice in the building. You don't have to be cool to the point where you just giving all your stuff away. But we all have to do numbers. Everything is a numbers game. If you worked in a hospital and your treatment was effective, you have to do numbers. If your treatment is not effective and your treatment is not healing patients, they're gonna say we don't need this program. We're trying to make patients better. The numbers go up and better. We don't need to be even. We don't need to be our success rate has to be high. So everything is a numbers game from my perspective. Let me say that. From my perspective, everything is a number game. So like I say, you got to contact your buyers, then you got to do a follow up. Then number 7 is present your brand. Present your brand. You got to do in-person meetings. You got to do virtual presentations. You got to just be prepared. Know what your product is about. Know what you're trying to sell. Know what you're trying to get your numbers up on. You might have a product over here that's it's steady, it's good. But then you got a product that's a little bit lower that you say, I got to get them numbers up. I got to get them numbers up. Let me focus on selling this product as well as this product. This product is already doing good. This is the most popular one. The one that is not as popular, I got to get it. See if I can elevate it to get it where the other one is. If that makes sense. If that makes sense, how do you get your numbers up to the point where the sales are even? You doing numbers. I'm just saying. Okay, so now let's say in-person meeting, virtual presentation, and then just be prepared. Know about your product. No, you have to be able to give people answers when they ask you questions about your item. Whatever you're trying to sell, whatever you're trying to pitch, somebody gonna ask you a question, out the blue question. Somebody will. Okay. Then you got to offer marketing support. Think about co-branding opportunities. Discuss potential marketing collaborations that can enhance the retailer's brand as well. Okay, so you got co-branding opportunities. What's up, Frat? What's going on, George? Mr. President, Brother Polaris. You got brand opportunities. Co-branding. Sometimes you want to co-brand. Okay, we'll collaborate. Let's work on this together. It's gonna benefit me. It's gonna benefit you. And everybody want to deal with what benefits them because everybody doing numbers. Everybody is working on numbers. They are working on numbers. Excuse my broken English. They are working on numbers. Most people are. Some people just uh, in the business of whatever business they in. Some people just in the business. It work, it work. If it don't, I'm doing all right. I'm breaking even. The point is not to break even. The point is to be ahead. You should at least make 15 to 20% profit off of your business every year. When you first open a business, yeah, you're going to be in the red a little bit. But once the profit part starts, you should make at least anywhere from 15 to 20% as your profit. But I digress. Anyway, you got to be able to negotiate and close the deal. Think about that. I'm trying to sell a product again. I keep saying selling product. The thing is present a product. I'm trying to present a product. I have to be able to negotiate and close the deal. I'm a salesperson. And if I'm a salesperson, I'm trying to sell. Say I'm trying to sell these houses. I have to be able to negotiate with the person. And I got to be able to close the deal. Man, he got it closed quick. Some people you have to do 2 and 3 follow-ups on just to see how they doing. Okay, I'm just, I don't want to, I didn't mean to bother you, but this, that, and the other, I got this going on. And we can renegotiate the deal. Because I really, if I'm selling a house, I really want you to have this property. I think that you'll do good in this property. So be able to negotiate and close the deal. All right. You do that by discussing terms, and then you got, and once the terms agreed upon on the contract, you got to ensure everything with the documents are good. You know what I'm saying? You have to make sure that everything good. Okay, now we didn't sign this. I promise you everything's gonna be good. Everything I said I was gonna do, everything we said we was gonna do, everything we negotiate on, everything is true. It's laid out all in black and white. Then you have to put yourself in a position where you build a long-term relationship with somebody. I'm selling something, I did good by them or I did right by them. I created a long-term relationship. Hey, how's it going, man? I was just call and see, I want to get off into the real estate game, and you got some more houses, bro? Later on, they might say, we done bought 5 houses from this dude. Because he treated us well the first time. Think about that. Build a long-term relationship, follow up, and then you got to get the customer feedback. Just to see how's it going. Well, we got in there and this and then the other was wrong with it, or I bought this car from you and this and then the other was wrong with it. Okay, I got you. Just bring it by. Let me fix it. Or if it's something broken in a home or some real estate that you sold, all right, I'll be by there to check it out. I'll send somebody by there, or I'm gonna bring somebody and we gonna fix it. I just want to make sure that you comfortable and you good. Sometimes you got to do that. Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Sometimes you have to do that. You have to make sure that your people are good. We trying to do numbers, sales. We're trying to do sales. If you understand that, trying to do sales, you got to do right by your people. You got to be able to negotiate and close the deals. You got to present your brand. You got to do all of these things. You have to become a salesperson no matter what kind of business you in. You know, no matter what business you in. If you selling clothes, if you selling furniture, if you selling cars, if you running a call center and you trying to do something, if you selling food in a restaurant, you have to approach your people. You have to be comfortable, and you have to go out to where your people are buying. Just say you selling food, you got to go out there and how y'all doing? How you like the food so far? You got to make them feel comfortable. Think about that. And that's how you build long-term relationships. And then later, depends on how long you've been in business or how long you've been around or in that particular business, you have to be able to prepare for scaling. Okay? It says here, we've talked, this was originally done for a clothing brand, but prepare for scaling. You got to prepare for the growth. Prepare for the growth. It's coming. If you do it right, it's coming anyway. You understand? It's coming anyway. Prepare for scaling. Inventory management. And then a supply chain. Make sure your supply chain can scale up without sacrificing quality. Make sure that you can grow without sacrificing the quality of your presentation that you've been given the whole time. And that's about it. That's about it, y'all. I'm just saying. Sometimes we have to work on the numbers. Let's do the numbers. Sell a product. Have a great conversation. Negotiate with people. You got to do all of that. I'm just saying, that's just my time, y'all. And I just come on here just to. Sometimes I be needing to talk. Excuse me. I just need to talk sometimes. And I run off and I keep on going before. I'm just not getting real back into the groove of it. But I can go and talk for hours. So I'm just saying.
You know, I hear a lot of people say that, I have a photographer that can capture the shot that I need. But when they see the images in which we have, it's almost like, why go anywhere else? When you want the right shot, come to the best. 5-Star Production. It's your man Danny Faree. I was thinking, how would you be if you were at 100%? What would your life be like if you were at 100%? So I'm trying to reach that goal of being my 100% potential. At 100% of my potential, you may not even recognize who I am. Because we are all supposed to be somebody great. We all supposed to be somebody who does something fascinating. Think about that. Think.
Okay. We good. I'm going to holler at y'all till the next time. It's been real. Thank you. Thank you very much.